There are a lot of properties in GTA Online, some of them able to generate income for you, while others don't have as much of a purpose. Therefore, in this video, I will be going through what I think are the top 10 best properties that you need in GTA Online. So getting right into the video, at number 10, I have a high-end apartment. A high-end apartment is something everyone should own, and this is for two reasons. Firstly, you get access to the original heists in the game, which are not that good anymore, but as a new player, you might as well go through them if you have friends who can help. And secondly, you get a 10-car garage to store all your vehicles, and this is especially beneficial in the beginning of you playing GTA Online, as this will probably be the cheapest way to get a 10-car garage outside of buying those trash, hot garbage normal garages that only stores 2 vehicles. The cheapest high-end apartment you can buy is actually just 200k, which you could earn in an hour or two when you first start the game. At number 9, I have the Crate Warehouse. A few years ago, the Crate Warehouse would have been a lot higher on this list, maybe even top 3. However, with all the new content that's been put out since the Crate Warehouse released, it ranks quite low on the list now. But don't get me wrong, the crate business is still pretty good. You can earn a lot of money from it when the business is double money, for instance. If you have 5 warehouses fully filled up and you sell it on a double money week, you can earn upwards of $20 million by selling all that. But then again, getting all those crates together does take quite a bit of time and grinding. So the potential with crates is huge, but they do take a long time, are pretty boring, you can be ghost raided, and outside of double money weeks, you have better money making possibilities out there. At number 8, I have the hangar. In the past, the hangar was absolutely horrendous for money, as the source missions were garbage and the payouts were very bad. However, with many buffs over the years, it is now at a point where it's actually usable to earn money. Also, to store all your aircraft and such, you will need a hangar. Therefore, it's pretty mandatory to have just for that. At number 7, I have the agency. And the agency is great in many different ways, not just money making abilities. The contract story that comes with buying the agency is great. I really enjoyed it, and seeing people like Dr. Dre, Anderson .Paak, DJ Pooh, and Jimmy Iovine was pretty cool. The payouts for the story wasn't as great, but still decent. However, where the real money comes in is in the payphone hits and security contracts. With payphone hits, it's pretty straightforward. You assassinate someone in a specific way and you get $85,000 for it. It only takes about 3 to 5 minutes per mission as well, so they are really quick. With security contracts, you can choose several different mission types, such as asset protection, gang termination, liquidized assets, recover valuables, rescue operation, and vehicle recovery. From these security contracts, you can be paid anything from $31,000 to $70,000 depending on the difficulty level you get/choose. At number 6, I have the auto shop, and the main way to make money with the auto shop is the auto shop jobs/mini heists. There are 8 of these auto shop jobs in total. The 8 jobs are the bank contract, the data contract, the super dollar deal, the prison contract, the agency deal, the ECU job, the last contract, and the union depository job. The reason we refer to these as mini heists is because they act similarly to what a normal heist would be, just a lot smaller. They only take about 20 to 30 minutes on an average playthrough to complete, so it is a lot quicker than normal heists. The best mini heist, and the one I recommend you do every time, is the union depository job. It pays the most at $300,000. However, you receive only $270,000 because a few people does take a cut. At number 5, I have the bunker. The bunker is an S-tier business in GTA Online, in my opinion. It's a passive business that works in the background while you do other activities in the game. There are many bunkers to choose from. Prices vary from the cheapest at $1,165,000 to the most expensive at $2,375,000. The bunker is not so solo friendly, as the cell missions are not that great, but you can can still make a lot of money from the business even if you're playing solo. On average, as a solo player, you can earn around $315,000 every time you sell the bunker if you only sell one full batch of supplies and you sell in a full public lobby. If you play on next-gen consoles such as the PS5 or the Xbox Series X/S, then you will have the option to choose the bunker in the career builder. This I do recommend, as I think it's the best beginner business you can choose in the career builder. At number 4, I have the Nightclub, and in my opinion, the Nightclub is the best passive income business in the game. Yes, I said it. Many people will argue that it's the bunker or the acid lab, but then again, I would argue back that those businesses require more active work than the Nightclub. You don't even have to buy supplies for the Nightclub. It runs all by itself. Granted, it does take quite a while for the Nightclub to fill up with stock, but eventually it will get over 1 million, and if you then sell in a public lobby with over 20 people, you will get around $1.4 million for literally no work, outside of selling the stock obviously. You can do whatever else activity you want, and the Nightclub will still be producing in the background for you. At number 3, I have the Acid Lab. The Acid Lab is one of the best passive businesses in the entire game, but as I just said, the Acid Lab does require a small bit more active work than the Nightclub, and therefore I would say that the Nightclub is a better passive business, but overall the Acid Lab is better. With the Acid Lab, you always want to sell a full stock. Selling maximum stock of acid would be around $335,000 if you do not name your product, that is. You will ever only get one delivery vehicle when selling the Acid Lab, no exceptions. If you have multiple people in your organization, they will also get delivery vehicles, but you can always sell solo since you will only have one delivery vehicle. You want to sell this in a public lobby with at least 20 other players. This is because you will get a huge high demand bonus that will bring the revenue up to $502,000 instead of $335,000. That is almost a $200,000 increase just for playing with other players in the lobby. If you're scared of someone griefing you and destroying all your stock, you can just activate Ghost Organization when you start the sell mission and you will be fine. If someone griefs you, then just leave the lobby before the bike even gets destroyed. That way you will keep most of your project so you can try to sell again. At number 2, I have the arcade, and with the arcade there is a few different reasons to why it's so good. The first one is the safe, and the safe is pretty simple. You earn a certain amount of money every 48 minutes from your actual arcade, which then gets put in your safe, which you can then take. The amount of money that gets put in depends on how many arcade games that you have. If you have bought them all, then you will get the max amount of money you can get every 48 minutes, which is $5,000. The next great thing about the arcade is the master control terminal. Think of it as a central nerve center that controls the player's illegal operations, allowing them to make purchases, sell, and offer a quicker way to make money. The list of businesses it gives you access to is the Nightclub, the bunker, vehicle cargo, special cargo aka crates, air freight cargo aka the hangar, and the MC businesses. And the last great thing about the arcade is of course the Casino Heist. The Casino Heist is still really good despite certain people's beliefs. It's fun and it also earns you a lot of money. On average, if you do the heist correctly, you can earn upwards of $1.5 million per heist. You obviously do need a second person to help you with the finale, which could be a minor inconvenience, but in my experience, you can always find someone good enough to do the job. If you've never done the Casino Heist before and you think you need some guidance, then you can check out one of my individual guides on each approach to the Casino Heist. And at number 1, I think you've already guessed it, is the Kosatka Submarine. With the Kosatka, you can start up the absolute best, most magnificent, most extravagant, most exciting, most financially rewarding heist in the entirety of GTA Online, the Cayo Perico Heist. And you can do the whole heist solo. What more do I need to say? If you want to become a millionaire kingpin in GTA Online, then the Cayo Perico Heist is the way. If you need some guidance on how to do this heist and get the most amount of money out of it, then you can check out my in-depth solo Cayo Perico Heist guide on screen now. Subscribing and leaving a like would also help out greatly. God bless and thank you for watching. Finally done!